Hey guys, this is Vince at Practical Performance. This is the 2001 330i convertible that I'm working on to develop the convertible specific front gusset cups. In this video, I'm just going to go through what you can see and more importantly, what you cannot see in terms of damage under your car on the rear axle carrier panel, the RACP, without removing the underside panels and the rear axle and so on and so forth. So what I'll do is I'll crawl under the car and we'll start by having a look at the rear left mount. So again, this is a non-M car, so it has typically will have less damage, but there is damage even on the non-M cars. In this case, a 330i, as I mentioned. We're going to start by having a look at the rear left mount. And what most shops do and people is they assume that there will be cracks on this surface here. So that's the rear mount, the bushing, and on the surface around there, which would crack on the early built E46s, the February 2000 built E46s, the mount would actually pull out of the RACP. This is not the case of the later cars. Again, around the mount, no damage. So typically this is where many shops, many people say, oh, I have no damage, I'm fine. And they keep driving, keep pushing the car. The problem is that's not where the later cars crack. So when BMW addressed that, they moved the issue because the underlying design issue of loading the RACP rather than the chassis legs is still there. So where does the crack, the typical hairline crack of the post 2000, February 2000 cars, see if I can get the flashlight sort of stationary there, and see if I can point you to, this is not working great. I don't think you can even see that. The crack is in this crease here, and it's a small hairline crack right there. Most people miss that. So this is a very early stage of the RACP failure. I'm still gonna go forward and install the full VinceBar kit. Maybe that's better. Maybe you can see it if I do that. Maybe not. Anyway, so that's the only damage I can find in terms of. So the other part that would start happening is, this is the left wheel arch. This is the panel, the two panels coming together, the RACP from the underside, the wheel well, and you would start to see separation here, spot welds popping. There's typically, on this car, there's none of that. We also have the front right mount, which is right there. There. And it's super hard to see anything. There are probably cracks there. We'll see that later on when I remove the rear axle here, the subframe and all that stuff. Just wanted to point out how difficult it is to see the damage. Well, actually, we can go inside as well. What you want to have a look at from the inside. So this is the trunk. Along this is what I call the chassis leg right here. Along, see if it works without the flashlight. So we have the RACP here. We have the chassis leg. Underneath this sort of boxy shape here, I usually call this the lid. We're gonna have the VinceBar come across here and attach to the chassis leg. But what's loaded at this point without the VinceBar are these spot welds. See if you can see those. There is one right there. There's another here. There's some, here you can see them better. This is what holds the RACP to the Well, actually, this is the spare wheel well, but anyway, underneath here they connect. On the other side here as well, under the harness, you would see sometimes, well, actually, when you have a bad failure, this starts to come loose. You see the spot weld start popping. You will see separation here. You will see separation over here. Maybe you see some cracks in the sound deadening. This car, there's none of that. So it's not been abused too badly. And again, it's just a 330i. It's a manual though. And we'll see later on. We should start taking this apart if there's anything else. Okay, thanks.